how are you now? In your unit number 9, hydrogen, lecture number 7. 9.7 topic is in your NCERT textbook, hydrogen peroxide. So here you remember, formula of hydrogen peroxide is H2O2, and this H2O2 work as an oxidizing agent as well as reducing agent both way. You have to remember this one. Next one is important chemical used in a pollution control treatment of domestic and industrial effluents. Okay, it's a very important, we can say, chemical used in a pollution control treatment of domestic and industrial effluents. It is used in many ways, but just we switch on towards preparation. So just you see preparation, according to your NCERT textbook, first preparation is there from acidified barium peroxide. So first of all, you write down the formula of barium peroxide. This is nothing but BaO2. Write down 8H2O. This is the formula of barium peroxide. This barium peroxide when reacts with H2SO4 aqueous. Okay. And at time just you see, acidified means what? H2SO4 if we take. And then just you see here, first of all, here we can say that heat is applied, electrolytic, we can say that here it is written electrolysis also carried out. So according to this, acidified barium peroxide removing excess water, okay, hydrogen peroxide is there. So here, first of all, just you see this Ba and this SO4, and therefore BaSO4 solid is released. Then due to, we can say that 8 moles of water molecule is also removed, and another is removal of which one is there, remaining is H2 and O2. So write down here H2 and O2, okay, and this is in a, we can say that, aqueous form, and this is in a liquid form. So this way, according to your NCERT textbook, first of all, right now, from acidified barium peroxide, if it is undergoes this reaction at a time, here BaSO4 solid, which is in terms of precipitate, so we have to remove water molecule, we will remove, okay, and this H2O2 is obtained, and this is the preparation of, we can say that, H2O2. Now next preparation is very important, peroxo disulfate obtained by the electrolytic oxidation and hydrolysis. So first of all, here in your NCERT textbook it is written H2SO4 is converted into 2H plus and HSO4 minus, or say H plus and HSO4 minus, that's way. So here this HSO4 minus is useful at here. So HSO4 minus aqueous, and 2 moles of this undergoes electrolysis. Just you see, it is written that peroxo disulfate, this is known as obtained by electrolytic oxidation of acidified sulfate solution. This is sulfate solution, okay. So these of acidified sulfate solutions undergoes electrolysis. Undergo electrolysis. So here, just you see, which compound is obtained, it is a very, very important, you write it with me, because there is a change in a construction. HO3S, SO3H, and here O. This is nothing but HSO4. Just you see, H, S and O4. Once again write down this mirror image, O, S, O, 3, H. This will you write down. So this is nothing but peroxide is there, okay, and the name is, it is written peroxo disulfate. Now this reacts with another, we can say that, hydrolysis. What if it here add water molecule? Hydrolysis is carried out. At that time, you have to remember that H2O, how many moles of water molecule is required? 2 moles of H2O. So here, just you see, HOO is there and 2H2 is there, and another HH is there, which is attached with, we can say that, this type of SO3H, and product obtained as just you see twice HSO4 minus once again it is removed. Twice HSO4 minus aqueous plus H2O2 plus twice H plus H2O2 and H2O2, here it is written aqueous, and another is twice H plus aqueous. So this product is obtained. Just you see this is a reaction. So write down completely this way. Okay. And this is nothing but hydrolysis reaction, and this is in terms of aqueous form. You have to write this one, it's very important. It is the arrangement of this HSO4 minus once again, and it is known as peroxo because peroxy is there. Peroxo disulfate. Okay, peroxo disulfate. Name of this particular product is this. When it is reacts with water molecule, at that time it produces twice HSO4 minus plus H2O2 plus twice H plus aqueous. Okay, so this way with this reaction is complete, and according to this we can say that here another method is also there which is written in your textbook. Preparation of D2O is also there. So preparation of D2O. D2O is nothing but D2O2. It is nothing but heavy hydrogen peroxide. Okay, so it is a D2O2 and that is obtained from K2S2O8. Okay, this type of compound you have to take plus 2D2O. It gives here you have to write 2KDSO4 plus D2O2. So just you see here D2O2 is released, and same way, just like this way, it is a product obtained K2S2, just like this way. Here instead of H, here KK is there. So and S is also there. Okay, O8 is also there. So 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 2, that is 8. Same way it's obtained. So instead of this 2H2O, we have to carry out this reaction in presence of 2D2O. Okay, so here you have to take here KHSO4 instead of that you have to write down here K and here also K. Okay, so and for that K2S2O8 plus 2D2O it gives 2KDSO4 and here D2O is obtained, and this is nothing but preparation of D2O2. Okay, so here D2O is near it and that's why here D2O2 is obtained, not D2O, but D2O2 is obtained. Okay, so this way we prepare D2O2 from K2S2O8. Another method is also that industrially prepared by the auto oxidation of 2-ethyl anthraquinones. Remember the structure is very important. Now just I give many time informations to you that you draw the structure in a proper way. And that's why here you have to write down OH, here write down OH. Same way here you have to write 1, 2, 3, okay, this way, and once again this way. So this is here 2 position is the 1 position and here 2. So it is known as 2-ethyl. Then anthra, just to see 2-ethyl anthraquinone. Undergoes auto oxidation. Just to see undergo auto oxidation. That means O2. Undergo auto oxidation. At that time, just you see O2 is added. Therefore, just you see here H plus and here H plus is replaced. That means H plus is a good outside and O2 is there. Therefore, H2O2. This type of product is obtained, and this is nothing but hydrogen peroxide plus our oxidized material is nothing but here double bond O and here double bond O, and same way you have to write here double bond, and that is the product name is not written, or say formula is not written, that is oxidized material or say product. If you want to write this product, then you write down according to this product obtained. Here double bond O, here double bond O, here write down this way, and here C2H5. So this byproduct is obtained. Just you see, this product is obtained. Double bond O is there. So this is anthraquinol, but this is known as quinone. Remember, this is 2-ethyl anthraquinone. Remember, here H plus and H plus is released. Due to oxidation reaction, electron is released, and therefore we can say that here H2O2 and this type of product is obtained. Suppose we write here O negative, at that time you have to write here 2 electron also. Okay, so here 2H plus also. But write down according to this way. So this is all about preparation of, we can say that industrial preparation according to oxidation, auto-oxidation of 2-ethyl anthraquinone. Write down this reaction. It is not given in our textbook, but write down this way. But this undergoes hydrogenation. This undergoes hydrogenation in presence of palladium catalyst. Then we obtain this product. Okay, this particular initial reactant, and that is 2-ethyl anthraquinone. So by this process, we can say that in this case 1% H2O2 is formed. In this case 1% H2O2 is formed. Suppose this 1% H2O2 extracted with water, then we get 30% by distillation under reduced pressure. One extraction method is there, and according to that, suppose this 1% H2O2 treated with water molecule and as a water and extracted, at a time it's produced 30% by distillation under reduced pressure. But this distillation under low pressure, it gives 85%. Remember, distillation under low pressure, it gives 85%. So 50% water is remaining. Suppose this 85% once again water can be frozen out. At that time we can say that pure H2O2 is obtained. So this way we can say that pure H2O2 is obtained. So this is a step one by in industrial, we can say that how this H2O2 is converted in terms of percentage, and that calculation you have to calculate later on in physical properties. But this is very important. Extracted with water, at that time we can say that 30% by distillation under reduced pressure. Distillation under low pressure, 85%. The remaining water can be frozen out. So pure H2O2 is obtained. And that's why this preparation is very important. And this is a very important. Remember, this is known as hydrogen sulfate ion. Just you see, hydrogen sulfate. Okay, so this is very important. And this undergoes electrolysis. It gives peroxide disulfate. When it is undergoes hydrolysis, at that time we can just say that 2HSO4 minus plus H2O2 and 2H plus is here released, and here 2 electron is also there. So remember, this 2 electron here it is released because oxidation reaction is occurred. Due to that 2 electron you have to write, but here it is not written. Okay, so according to this 2H plus and 2H minus is there. Here you have to write 2 electron, but you have to balance this. It is required to write 2 electrons at here, because oxidation reaction is occur, and according to this you have to write -2, and here also -2. This 2 electron is nothing but whatever the it is hydrolysis in presence of H2O, 2 moles of water molecule. It gives twice SO4 minus, because just you see here O is there, and here how many H is there? 4 H is there. So 2 H is used here. So how many H is remaining? Another 2 H is remaining. It is for 2H plus. And another we can select take part at 2HSO4 minus at here. Okay, OO if we add here, so you got HSO4 minus, HSO4 minus, so 2HSO4 minus aqueous obtained. So this way we can say that preparation of hydrogen peroxide according to your NCERT textbook is complete. Now we switch on towards physical properties of hydrogen peroxide. Make a screenshot, write it completely according to your NCERT textbook. Okay, now here physical properties of hydrogen peroxide. In pure state, H2O2 is almost colorless, but when you pour in a beaker at that time, just you see first layer, second layer, third layer, fourth layer, and layer go on at that time. If we observe that pale blue color, remember, very pale blue color liquid. Okay, so according to this, we can see that layers, very pale blue color liquid is there. This H2O2 is miscible with water. That means they are soluble. In terms of two liquids are there, miscible word is used. So here H2O2 is miscible with water in all properties and forms a hydrate. That is H2O dot H2O. Melting point is 221 Kelvin. Remember one equation which is very important for your example. 2 moles of H2O2 when we decompose in terms of 2H2O, a liquid form and O2 gaseous form. At a time, this 2 mole gives 22.4 liter according to STP standard temperature and pressure. Okay, remember this one. Second thing you have to remember, for example, 10 volume solution of H2O2 means that 1 liter of this H2O2 will gives 10 liter of oxygen at STP. And that means 30% solution of H2O2 is marketed as 100 volume H2O2. Okay, so here one problem in your NCERT textbook. Calculate the strength of 10 volume solution of hydrogen peroxide. First of all, we write what is meaning of 10 volume solution of hydrogen peroxide. So 10 volume of 10 volume solution of hydrogen peroxide means here you remember that 1 liter of H2O2 solution gives 10 liter of O2 gas. Okay, remember this one at STP. And 10 volume solution of H2O2 means nothing but 1 liter of H2O2 solution gives 10 liter of O2 gas at STP. Once again we write this reaction. Here 2H2O2 FES is converted in terms of 2H2O, here liquid, here also liquid, plus O2 gas. Here just you see, according to just the molecular mass of this H2O2, if you calculate, then here it is known as 2 moles, remember. So 2 moles of H2O2 is there, and here 22.4 liter O2 at STP. Okay, so here 2 moles is there, but convert in terms of quantity. What is that quantity? We don't know. Okay, so here we have to write 2 into what is molecular mass of this hydrogen peroxide. So 2 into 1 plus 2 into 16. So this is a 34. 34 to the 68 gram H2O2. That means what? 22.4 liter O2 gives 68 gram H2O2. Therefore, we don't know how many liters is there. So it is in terms of 2 moles. We can say 68 gram H2O2 it gives 22.4 liters. But here 10 liters is there. So 10 liter O2, 10 liter O2 gas at STP. At STP. What is that value? We don't know. So here you change your method according to, we can see that the triple one form. 22.4 liter O2 gives 68 gram H2O2. So 10 liter O2 gives what? And therefore 68 into 10 divided by 22.4. This value around 30 gram. This value around 30 gram. That is 29.9 gram. So it is approximate 30 gram H2O2 is obtained. Therefore, strength of H2O2 in volume is 30 gram is there, and therefore this volume is in a 1 liter, so it is a 3% H2O2 solvent is there. So 30 grams per liter. And 30 grams per liter, if we calculate in terms of, we can say that percentage, it gives 3% because here 10 volume is there. Okay, so here percentage is 3% H2O2 solution. 3% H2O2 solution. Remember this? This is a 30 grams per liter, but it is of 10 volume. But here we have to carry out for 100 volume, so it is divided by once again 10. Okay, and that's why we get 3% H2O2 solution. So this is a value according to your problem 9.4. Once again, just you see, therefore strength of H2O2 in volume H2O2 is equal to in solution is equal to 30 grams per liter is equal to 3% H2O2. Okay, so 3% H2O2 solution is a strength. So this strength is according to 10 volume. This strength is 3% H2O2 solution, not 30%. Remember, suppose 100 volume is there. 100 volume is there. At that time 30% solution. You have to remember this one. But 10 volume is there. Therefore, this is a 30. We can say that 3% H2O2 solution. And you have to carry out 30 gram H2O2 in terms of, we can say that mass. So here you have to remember 30 gram per liter in terms of percentage. According to 10 volume, it is a 3%. And remember this one, 30% solution of H2O2 is marketed as 100 volume H2O2. This one you have to remember. So here 100 volume of H2O2 it is 30%. So 10 volume equals what? Directly if you calculate, then you got 3% directly from this. If you remember this one, then this become very easy. Suppose MCQ question is asked, so there is at a time there is a, we can say that time is not consumed, and you got answer very easily. Okay, so according to this way, you have to solve problem. In your NCERT textbook, in a exercise just for homework, calculate the strength of 30 volume solution of hydrogen peroxide. 30 volume. Okay, and that is in your homework. According to that, you just calculate. Instead of 10 liter, here you got 30 liter. So here 30 is there, here 30 is there. Instead of that, 90 is there. So this value may be around 9%. Okay, so that type of answer we get. Which is answer according to you? You have to calculate. Okay, so this is all about, we can say that 10 volume solution of hydrogen peroxide. Write down according to this way, which is written in your NCERT textbook, and calculate examples. You remember this one and this one. If H2O2 calculation is required, this is according to chapter number 1 also. So here chapter number 1 revision with respect to hydrogen peroxide in terms of volume. This is a different type of question. So remember according to that way. And once again problem another is there. Calculate the strength of, instead of 10 volume, write down here 30 volume solution of hydrogen peroxide and calculate it. This is in your homework. Instead of 10 volume, you write down 30 volume, and that is in your homework. So these are physical properties now complete, and now we see structure of this hydrogen peroxide, which is a very important in terms of gaseous form as well as in terms of, we can say that, solid form. Okay, so here gaseous form and another is in terms of yes, solid form. So two forms are there. It's very important. Write down according to NCERT textbook and take a screenshot. Now here hydrogen peroxide structure, non-planar structure. Remember, this is a non-planar structure. There is no any plane, but just like open book, just like this way. Just you see, open book is there, and this structure is H, O, O, and H. That means this, in a structure of H2O2 in a gaseous phase, oxygen which is in a straight line, and then this hydrogen and this hydrogen. This HO bond length is 95.0 picometer, and this OO bond length is 147.5 picometer in a gaseous phase. Remember, and this bond angle OO and H is 94.8 degree, and here dihedral angle. That means what? When we open this book at that time, whatever the angle is there, it is this angle is there. It is just like 1.5 degree. This way, just you see. This is considered as a dihedral angle. So this is a dihedral angle in a gaseous phase. Now same way obtained in a solid phase. So in a solid phase also HO same structure is there, but just you see here increase bond length 98.8 picometer. Here also increase 145.8 picometer, and here just you see bond angle is also increased 101.9 degree, and this dihedral angle is decreased. Just you see 90.2, well almost it is a 90 degree, just like 90 degree angle is there. So assume this is a 90 degree, okay. So according to that, this is a solid phase and this is a structure of H2O2 in a, we can say that gaseous phase. So here in your NCERT textbook, just written up to the molecular dimension in the gas phase and solid phase are here, okay. So this is a 3-dimension figure. That means dimension figure is there, and this is just like open book, just like open book. Just you see, this is your book, and at that time just you compare this. So this is a open book structure, and this is all about structure of hydrogen peroxide. Now we switch on towards next topic, that is chemical properties of H2O2. So here chemical properties of hydrogen peroxide. Just give information regarding this. It acts as oxidizing agent as well as reducing agent in both acidic and alkaline medium. That you already learned in redox reactions. In H2O2 hydrogen peroxide reaction is also there. Just to see one reaction in which Fe plus 2 aqueous, when we dissolve in H2O2 aqueous, it give product just like Fe plus 3 and water molecule. If you balance this reaction in a acidic medium, then you are able to give complete answer, and this is your homework. Fe plus 2 plus H2O2, it gives Fe plus 3 plus, here write down H2O. According to acidic medium, you have to balance this. In redox reaction you already learned, and that's why I am not giving any explanation. At here you have to carry down, first of all write down oxidation number, then change in oxidation number. Which method you prefer, simple oxidation number method or half reaction method, oxidation of reaction, reduction of reaction, then you do total, whatever you method is adopted, but you have to write this equation according to this way. It is a balanced redox reaction, remember. Same way, reducing action in acidic medium, that means what? Here oxidizing action in acidic medium means what? Here H2O2 work as, we can say that, oxidizing agent, and Fe plus 2 is converted to Fe plus 3 plus electron. When electron is released, this reaction is known as oxidation reaction, and this Fe plus 2 work as which? Reducing agent, remember this, and this H2O2 work as oxidizing agent, okay. So here reducing action in acidic medium, once again you write down KMnO4, which is reacts with H2O2, it produces Mn plus 2, and here H2O. So second reaction is this. First in homework, second is also in homework, that MnO4 minus plus H2O2, it gives Mn plus 2 plus water molecule. Once again acidic medium. Okay. So this is a KMnO4 here, reducing action in acidic medium. So MnO4 minus converted into Mn plus 2. So here MnO4 minus is there. So MnO4 minus converted to Mn plus 2. Therefore, its electron gain, and electron gain is oxidizing agent. But this H2O2 work as a reducing agent. Remember, you have to identify in a reaction which one act as an oxidizing agent and which one act as a reducing agent from this type of, we can say that, simple clip. So here second is also our third, oxidizing action in basic medium. So this is your homework once again. Third one is this. This is a very easy reaction. Fe plus 2 plus H2O2, it gives Fe plus 3 plus, here write down OH minus. Okay, and here OH minus in terms of twice OH minus. Okay, so this you write down according to, we can say that basic medium. This is a very easy reaction. H2O2 converted to OH minus. Okay, so this reaction is very easy, and from that you write down H2O2 converted to H2O. If you write, then also no problem. And fourth one is, once again, this is a very easy reaction. I2 plus H2O2, it gives I minus plus H2O plus O2. So this reaction is also very easy. Write down according to, we can say that reducing action basic medium. But do not balance this. Fourth one you do not balance. Just remove it. You have to remember this one. First and second just you balance. This is in your homework. Okay, this is not in your homework. So this is oxidizing action. That means H2O2 here work as a oxidizing agent, because Fe plus 2 converted to Fe plus 3 plus electron reducing agent. So it is work as oxidizing agent obviously. Here I2 plus H2O, I2 8 plus 2 electron, it gives 2O minus. So here I2 work as an oxidizing agent, but here H2O2 work as a reducing agent, because those are, remember, I2 it gives 2I minus. If you write this, so I2 plus 2 electron, it gives 2I minus or not? So plus 2 electron is there on which side? Reactant side, and that's why it acts as an oxidizing agent, and this H2O2 work as a reducing agent in a basic medium. So this is all about chemical properties of hydrogen peroxide. Now this hydrogen peroxide is complete according to your NCERT textbook, and you do practice of this type of reactions, in which you have to identify whether they undergoes oxidation reaction, reduction reaction, oxidizing agent and reducing agent. If you know this concept, then it becomes very easy. Just I give one clue. In particular reaction, find out where oxidation reaction occur, where reduction reaction occur. In oxidation reaction, electron is lost, okay, and therefore it works as electron loss, therefore it is oxidation reaction. But this reactant work as a reducing agent. Remember this one, okay, work as a reducing agent. In reduction reaction, electron is gained, so those electron gain, and that's why it work as an oxidizing agent. So remember this one. It's a very easy topic. You have to remember by certain clues, and from that write down certain chemical properties of hydrogen peroxide. So this lecture number 7 is now finished, complete according to your NCERT textbook. Perform this only, remember only this reaction. Another reaction, if you want to remember, then you write it from your NCERT textbook. Just I give only one reaction at here. Thank you.